Hello, my name is Jasmine McDonald. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I post ballet and fitness related videos every single Tuesday, Thursday, and now Sunday. And today's video, I'm going to be doing my monthly Q&A. I'm a little bit late on this because today is May the 2nd, 2022, and I usually do a monthly Q&A, so I definitely missed April. This is April's Q&A. I posted on my Instagram for you guys to ask me whatever and whichever questions, and I got a ton of really juicy ones and also some pretty repetitive ones, which, to be fair, I get it. My life's a little confusing when you look at me from the screen from TikTok. You're like, oh, professional ballerina. Wait, what? She's not? So yeah, I'm gonna be answering all your questions. Feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I'll put my handles right here as well as in the description box down below. Definitely go check out my TikTok and my Instagram. I've been trying to get to 50K this month on TikTok. I'm currently at 40K, so follow me on that. But let's just get started. First question, what is it like? This is all on my Instagram, by the way, which I will put down there. First question on my Instagram, what is it like having the Guinness World Record for the prettiest person to exist? I wouldn't know. I'd have to go ask Elsa. Your favorite movie, Marvel. Your favorite movie. My favorite I can't speak anymore. My favorite Marvel movie, to be honest. I've been really behind with movies because when I moved to Romania, I didn't really go out to the movies that often because there's a language barrier, first of all. Second of all, I never had time. So I haven't actually been to the movie theaters since 2018. And I think the last Marvel movie that I watched was Spider-Man. So it was probably the new Spider-Man movie is probably my favorite so far. When did you start ballet, and are you a professional dancer? Do you dance other styles too? I started ballet when I was like 4 or 5, but I started professionally at 14. So I started taking ballet classes like every day and taking it really seriously, because before then I was training at my studio. I was doing competitive dance, which means you go to competitions every few weeks and you do like dances for ballet, tap, musical theater, jazz, acro. I was doing everything, even hip hop. So I did all the different styles, but I took ballet seriously when I was 14 when I attended Canada's National Ballet School because my teacher told me to audition for there and I got in, blah, blah, blah. Have a whole story time on my YouTube channel, which I'll also link down below. But long story short, I started ballet when I was like 4 years old, and then I started professionally taking it seriously when I was 14, and I started pointe work at 14. Turns or jumps? Turns, 100%. Also, I used to hate jumps because I'm not the best at them. I'm just naturally not the most strong person, so jumps are always hard for me. But when I started doing flex-based classes and started taking my conditioning a little bit more seriously with my personal training certification, I realized I love jumps too, so I'd have to say both. Turning jumps. Why did you start ballet? I started ballet as a kid because my parents wanted me to do everything that I possibly could. Like, they put me in skating, they put me in music, they put me in gymnastics. I did not like skating. I loved gymnastics. I loved music, and I continued it for 10 years. And I ultimately chose ballet because, I don't know, I loved it. It made me feel confident. Long story short, it made me feel confident. It made me feel good. I felt my best dancing ballet. I like jazz and I like tap, and it was always a challenge for me, those kinds of styles and acro, but I loved ballet because it felt kind of natural. I'm not saying I was a natural at all. Like, I was a very late bloomer, and I can talk more about that in another video and potentially a podcast, which I'm starting this week. Oh. Anyways, keep tuned for that because I definitely want to start a podcast this week. I have like a lot of time on my hands, so I'm definitely gonna be starting that. But why did I start it? Long story short, because I felt most confident dancing ballet, and I knew it's something that I would love for the rest of my life, and I still love. So that's why I started it. I felt most confident. Next set of questions, also on my Instagram. What company do you love the most? I'm guessing ballet company, probably Royal Ballet. I know that's very cliche, but they have insane repertoire. They have beautiful dancers, and they're very classically inclined, and I like that, but they also showcase a lot of neoclassical elements, and they also showcase a lot of choreography from new choreographers. I also feel like they're the most up-to-date in terms of companies, because a lot of companies, like the company I was at, didn't really do a lot of new work, and if they did, it was still like very classical. I like Royal Ballet a lot. I also love San Francisco Ballet. I think they're really talented. And of course, American Ballet Theater, because I'm obsessed with Isabella Boylston. Tips on fouettes. I've done a whole turning tips technique video, which I haven't done in a long time. So comment down below if you guys want to see my technique tips again. For fouettes, really strengthening your bottom leg. Everybody thinks it's about the top working leg, but ultimately for fouettes, you've got to have a good support system because you're doing releves and plies on one leg the entire time. So really think about it. Like, this one, yes, it has to be strong, but even more so than that leg being strong and beautiful is that your core has to be able to sustain that amount of movement. That leg's going crazy, doing all these things from devant, open second to passe. You can't be losing and wiggling your hips and your back in that. So having a good, strong support system in your bottom leg. So doing releves, doing plie releves a lot, especially with your leg in passe or in big positions, because that's a lot more difficult than just doing plie releves and coup de pied. And then also strengthening your core. So laying down on the floor, doing devant, open second, passe without wiggling your hips sideways. How many years have you and Steven been together? Love that. We've been together for 3 years in August of this year. So last year was our 2-year anniversary and this year will be our 3rd year anniversary in August. Have you ever wanted to quit ballet mid-year? Guys, I did that. So that's actually how I quit. I quit at the beginning of the season. I had decided what I was going to do and I was going to come back to Canada, audition for companies closer to my family, closer to Steven. And I actually told my director in October, I think, or September, that I was leaving in December. So I gave him a good amount of notice, and I think that's always the most professional thing to do, give people notice. I did leave mid-season. What pointers do you wear? I currently wear gainer mindens. What's your favorite hobby, non-fitness related? Do I have one? I'm gonna say going for a walk. I'd like to find other hobbies. That's why I picked YouTube, because I was like, I need something else other than dance, which ultimately turned to dance, but that's fine. Because I love the editing process. I love like chatting with you guys and I love having a platform. So that is different. I would consider YouTube one of my hobbies, and hopefully podcasting. I want to start that. I do love drawing and I used to love playing Sims, but I don't have space on my laptop anymore because I'm making YouTube videos. Fine, I just need to get an external hard drive for Sims because that's one of my favorite things to do. And cooking and baking. I'm not the best, but I find it's calming and soothing. Did you ever do any other types of dance? I did. I did jazz, tap, lyrical, hip hop, acro. I did not do musical theater. I did pointe, obviously. That's ballet. And I think that's it. Contemporary, I guess. How many studios do you teach at? I currently teach at 2 and then I teach at 1 online. And I run my own online business as well. Do all ballet dancers feel, or is it just me? You should not feel that way, and I don't want to say that word. I don't think you should feel that way, and I don't think anybody should feel that way. If somebody's told you that, they're wrong. I feel like it's a huge problem within the ballet community because I was told that I was FAT, not in the good way, not in the PHAT kind of way, but FAT, and that I had to lose X amount of weight at a certain amount of time that was completely unhealthy for me, and that was another reason I left professional ballet. And I think that's a huge problem in the dance community. I'd love to talk more about potentially on my podcast, but talking about it now, I don't think it's just you. I think it's 99% of girls in dance and men. A lot of guys have body image issues in ballet. I don't think it's just you, but we need to change that narrative. We need to change that narrative, flip it around, because it's not true. I mean, back at pictures of myself when I was a smaller frame and I'm like, oh my gosh, in my head I was thinking I looked like something else than I did completely. I didn't see myself for who I was, and I think there's a lot of dysmorphic thoughts in ballet and rooted within the classical ballet system that we need to fix. So it's not just you, long story short, and I'm really sad that you think that because I know it's not true. What pointe shoe brands do you wear? Gainer mindens. Favorite ballet step? I love piqué turns, like the really, really fast ones. Those are probably my favorite. And I like grand jetés on the left side, and I like adagio on the left side, and I like pirouettes on the right side, and I like faute turns on the right side, but probably piqué turns on both sides. What do I do? I'm in love with my best friend. Tell them how you feel. Honestly, I almost didn't tell Steven how I felt. And then the night before I left, I was like, I'm just gonna tell him how I feel, and it obviously worked out. So tell people how you feel, because you're gonna live your life with regret. Do you wanna live your life with regret? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So tell them how you feel. Worst thing is that they say, I don't feel that way. So what? So what if they don't feel that way? You're an amazing person, you know? Tell them how you feel. And if they do feel that way, amazing. So yeah, long story short, always tell people how you feel, because it is gonna work out for the better in the end. Because let's say they say no, you're not gonna regret telling them, because you knew that you wouldn't hold that regret of never knowing in the future. Don't live your life with #regrets. Live your best life, tell your truth. And that is the end of my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Ask any questions you have in the comments down below. I will be sure to answer all of them. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. It's time to start all over and go for it.